All right, today we're back and we are working on this zero turn. It's a Mustang 50 zero turn riding mower. When I got this in, they couldn't get it. They could get it running, but it wouldn't stay running. So I brought it back, hooked it up to the battery charger. I fixed the choke lever, so the choke works. And you can choke it and it'll start. And if you hurry up and put it on low, it'll run, but not that good. The second you give it throttle, it'll die out. So I ended up removing this hose from the carburetor, cranked the engine over, and fuel is just barely dribbling out of the fuel pump, which all the videos that I've seen, fuel comes out of these pretty darn quick. So which leads me to believe that that's probably the problem. So today what we're going to do is we are actually going to change the fuel lines, change the fuel pump, fuel filter, and I will show you how to do that. The first thing we're going to do is there's a bolt here, and then one right here. Take off the fuel cap and this whole top comes off, which exposes everything, and we will get it down to that. All right, so with this lifted up and out of the way, it gives you access to the fuel line. So we're gonna unhook it here, and all it does is you just gotta follow it around. Real simple. So just get your pliers, crimp this connection, and then pull the line off. We're also gonna see if we can look down in the tank to see if there's anything plugging this, which the inside of the tank is surprisingly clean. So I can't picture that being the issue, so we'll get the fuel lines changed out. Alright, so we have the old one off. We have a new fuel filter here. All new line here. Basically all we're doing is mocking up exactly how this one looks. And then all that consists of is cutting all your hose to the same length and putting these clips on, and that's it. And you can reinstall that portion of it. Alright, so we have the Sankit one all ready. I did notice on the original one there's an arrow for the fuel flow. It was going in the wrong direction. Technically, I've never seen a huge difference putting them in the opposite direction, but by the way that they're supposed to filter, there is a proper way of putting these on. On the side of almost all of these, there is an arrow saying the flow. This one's hard to see, but the arrow is pointed in this direction going to the carburetor. So I figured I'd point that out, and we'll get this line installed. The next thing you're going to want to remove is this fuel line going to your fuel pump. And then your bottom one, that's going to be your vacuum. So hopefully we don't have a vacuum leak, but we'll get this line off and then we'll get to the fuel pump. I apologize for all the noise of the traffic, but you got two 10 millimeters, one on this side, one on this side, and then that's all that's holding it on, and then you want to disconnect your vacuum. They said that they replaced this 2 years ago, but we're replacing it anyway. I mean, the pumps are relatively cheap on these. And that's it. Here's the old one. Here's the new one, and I want to point out that there's black plugs on these. Remove them or this won't work. So the vacuum hooks up to the middle one here. And there's no clamp holding that on. It just hooks on and that's it. Then you're going to take your 10 millimeters and then put them back in. This is just going into plastic, so you're going to want to ratchet down the clutch on whatever you're using, or do it by hand, whatever. Just snug it up. You don't need anything more than that. So the first one I'm gonna put on is the hose going to the carburetor. Then we're gonna be hooking the fuel line up to the fuel pump, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna siphon some gas through here just to give it a head start, so we'll be right back with that. Alright, now with everything installed, we're gonna try to get it started, and since it's a new fuel pump and there's no fuel in this line at all, I'm just gonna give it a shot of ether to help get it started. And this battery is pretty much shot, so we'll see if it even starts. Awesome. Alright, so it starts and it runs. So we're gonna get everything buttoned up on here, but I'm gonna be doing he wants a tune-up, so what I'm gonna be doing is putting a new air filter on it. The fuel filter's already on it, spark plugs, so when I'm up in town going to work and I'm stopping at Tractor Supply, I will grab the kit that I need. I used to buy things in parts, but you know what? It's just a heck of a lot easier just to get a kit anymore for the corresponding engine. This one's a Kohler 7000 series, so they're pretty much just about the same. A lot of the time, sometimes there's an orientation that is different, but the parts pretty much line up. As long as you got the right air filter, everything else is pretty much interchangeable on these. So any questions, let me know down below. Comment, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.